Imagine leaving your cane in the corner and no longer needing it. This may seem incredible, but it is real. I have met people over the age of 80 who have regained strength in their legs, learned to maintain their balance confidently, and move around, dedicating just 5 minutes a day to their bodies. Yes, just 5 minutes. And this is indeed possible, regardless of your age, whether you are 70, 80, or even 90. Your muscles have not lost their strength. They are simply waiting for you to decide to awaken them. Today, I will share with you what you can do to strengthen your legs at home, without any equipment, expensive procedures, or prior experience. All you need are your bodies, your desires, and 5 minutes a day. This is not a boring video filled with exercises. I will not just offer you a set of movements. We will discuss how your bodies function after a certain age, why many older adults lose mobility, and most importantly, how to stop this process before it becomes too late. I will explain to you step by step how to feel strong again, how to avoid falls, how to get up from a chair independently, and how to reclaim what many consider lost: independence. So if you have ever felt unsteady on your feet, if you struggle to get up from the couch, or if you notice that your legs no longer obey you, stay with us until the end of this video. What you learn today could transform your life. Before we begin, I would like to get to know you better. Please write your age and where you are watching this video from in the comments. I look forward to your responses. For many years, we have been led to believe that losing strength in our legs is an inevitable part of aging. It was considered normal that over time it becomes difficult to get up from a chair, and that soon a cane or even a wheelchair would be necessary. This is life after 70, but it is not the whole truth. The fact is that in most cases, your legs weaken not because of age, but due to a lack of activity. Your body is designed for movement. Muscles exist to be used. When you stop engaging them, sitting for hours without walking or giving yourself even a little bit of exercise each day, your muscles begin to weaken. This is called muscle atrophy, and it can develop gradually. One day, you notice that it is hard to climb stairs. The next day, you find that you need to rely on your hands to stand up. Then you notice that you are dragging one leg. And when you realize this, it seems that your body no longer obeys you. But this is not because you have turned 70, 80, or 90 years old. This happens due to a lack of movement, which causes the body to give in. Now listen carefully. Just as muscles weaken, they can also be strengthened. Even if you are older, your muscles are still capable of responding to exercise. They can become strong again and reliably support you. Imagine two 80-year-olds. One walks daily, does simple exercises, and tries to stay active. The other spends most of their time sitting. She only gets up to go to the bathroom or to eat and avoids any effort for fear of falling. Who do you think has stronger legs? This is not a coincidence, but a matter of usage. And I am not saying this lightly. I know the story of a woman who is 85 years old. For a while, she completely relied on a cane and needed help even with dressing. Her family believed that nothing could change, but she did not give up. She started small. She stood up from a chair 3 times a day without using her hands. Then she added 5 minutes of walking in place. Nothing complicated, no pain, but regularly. After 3 months, she stopped using the cane at home. Now she confidently strolls through her neighborhood with a smile on her face. She did not become younger, but she once again tasted the joy of life. And you can too. Your age does not define your strength. Your strength is determined by how often you use your body. because what is not used is lost over time. But what is trained, even for 5 minutes a day, can be restored. Your freedom begins not in your mind, but in your legs. You may not think about this every day, but getting out of bed, climbing a step, or going to the bathroom without assistance is possible as long as your legs do not let you down. Your legs are the pillars supporting your independence. The day they stop obeying you, your world shrinks. There are signals, subtle and other more obvious ones. When you start pushing with your hands to get up from a chair, when you feel the need to hurry to climb a step, when you get tired just moving from one room to another. When you start avoiding movement out of fear of falling, these are the first warnings. And there is a phrase that deeply touched me, spoken by a woman named Clara, who is 79 years old. The day I could not get up without support, something inside me changed. It was not just my body. I felt that I was losing control over my life, and she was right. Because when you stop trusting your legs, you begin to depend on others. And while family support is often sincere and well-intentioned, deep down you feel that you are giving up your position. Clara lived alone. She was strong, determined, and active, but over time she had to hold on to furniture to move around. She often stumbled. One day she tried to get up from the toilet and could not. She remained sitting in fear, unable to move for several minutes. That day, she first thought about leaving her home, and not because of illness or pain, but solely because of weak legs. Then the vicious cycle began. She moved less, and the less she moved, the weaker she became, and when the weakness reached a critical point, she fell. After that, she no longer went out alone. And you know what? It was not about age. It was about the fact that the loss of strength was not stopped in time. That is why I want you to understand this. Keeping your legs strong is not just for looks or for sports. It is to maintain control over your daily life. To get up, move, and make decisions independently. The legs are the first to give in, but they are the ones to rely on until the very end. As long as they are strong, you can make decisions. There is a term that many have not heard of, but it affects almost everyone over the age of 70. Sarcopenia. What is it? It is the gradual loss of muscle mass as one ages. In other words, if no action is taken, your muscles will shrink over the years. They weaken, become less agile, and no longer support you as well. But there is hope. Sarcopenia does not mean that you are powerless to change. It is not an inevitable sentence, but a condition that can be slowed down or even reversed if the right approach is followed. After all, even if you are over 70, 80, or more, your body is still capable of strengthening. Yes, even at that age. You do not have to be young for your muscles to become stronger. However, movement is necessary, and not just any movement. Many people walk a lot, which is good for the heart, but it is not enough for the legs. The same goes for household chores. They are beneficial, but they do not specifically target the muscles. So, what exercises are truly effective? Very simple yet purposeful ones. These are movements that activate the leg muscles, work with your body weight, and provide daily, albeit small, loads. There is no need to lift heavy weights or perform complicated exercises. You need to activate the muscles. For example, try sitting down and standing up without using your hands. Stand on one leg for a few seconds. March in place, rise onto your toes. These movements can be done at home, without equipment and without fear. By performing them daily, you awaken dormant muscles. And here is another interesting fact. 5 minutes of well-chosen exercises can be more effective than 20 minutes of unfocused activity. If you train without concentration, with poor posture or without effort, your body hardly responds. But when you perform a few mindful movements, feeling each muscle and giving yourself a slight challenge, transformation begins. The secret lies in regularity and precision, not in quantity. 5 minutes a day can mark the beginning of a new life if done correctly. Your muscles are ready for activity and await your action. And when you approach this with attention, they respond. Regardless of your age, as long as you can move, you are capable of improvement. Now that you have realized the importance of your legs and their potential for strengthening, I want to offer you something specific. A simple plan. Just 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes to regain strength, balance, and confidence. This is a 5-minute method that can be performed at home without equipment, machines, or special clothing. Just you, your body, and a sturdy chair. The first exercise. Sit down and stand up without using your hands. This movement is simple yet very effective. Find a sturdy chair without wheels. It is better if it is against a wall, so it does not move. Sit up straight, placing your feet flat on the floor. Then, without using your hands, try to stand up. After that, sit down again. Do everything slowly, feeling how your leg muscles are working. Repeat this exercise 5 times from the very beginning. If you can do more, that's wonderful. But if you can only manage 1 or 2 times, that is also fine. The important thing is to start. The second exercise. March in place for 1 minute. Stand next to a wall or a table so you can lean on it if necessary. Then, begin marching in place. Raise your knees not hurriedly, but with purpose. This is not running, but a rhythmic movement of the legs. It improves circulation, activates the muscles, and develops your sense of balance. The third exercise. Heel raises. Stand behind a chair or lean on the wall with one hand. Then, slowly rise onto your toes, as if you want to stand on tiptoe. Hold this position for 2 seconds, then lower yourself back down. Repeat this 8 to 10 times. This movement strengthens the muscles of the ankle and the calf muscles, which are important for stable walking. The fourth exercise. Balance on one leg. Gently hold onto a table or the back of a chair. Then, lift one leg off the floor and stand on the other. Try to hold this position for 10 seconds. Then switch legs. This exercise not only activates the muscles, but also trains the brain and the nervous system, improving your reaction to losing balance. If you cannot do it without support yet, that is perfectly normal. Confidence will come with time. The fifth exercise. The final stretch. Stand up straight, clasp your hands in front of you, and stretch them forward. Feel the stretch in your back. Then, raise one arm up, and then the other. Breathe deeply and relax. That's it. 5 minutes. Is it important? Yes. Is it difficult? No. Now listen carefully. Perform these exercises slowly. Breathe evenly. Never hold your breath. If you feel sharp pain, stop immediately. Light tension is normal, but sharp pain or severe cramping is unacceptable. If you experience these, consult a doctor. This plan is not designed to make you an athlete. It is meant for you to be able to get up independently, walk confidently, and speak. If you dedicate 5 minutes each day to these exercises, I promise you will soon notice a change. 5 minutes may seem insignificant. A simple routine may seem inconsequential. But if you do it daily without skipping, you will be surprised by your capabilities. After 1 week, many notice a small but noticeable improvement. It may become a little easier to get up from a chair. You might feel less stiffness in the mornings. You may be surprised at how quickly your legs respond when you need them. That alone is a victory. After 1 month, the changes will become more noticeable. Your balance will improve. Your steps will become more confident. If you used to hesitate with your first movement, now you will do it with certainty. You might even leave your cane at home, and most importantly, your self-confidence will return. The feeling of being able to move on your own will come back, and with confidence comes freedom. After 3 months, everything may change. There are people who started with this plan, feeling uncertainty and weakness, using a cane even at home. After 3 months of regular practice, without leaving their homes, many began to move more, to stand up more often throughout the day, and even to confidently go outside. Allow me to tell you about Dona Clara, an 83-year-old resident of Seville. At first, she could barely stand without assistance, and her daughter helped her even in the bathroom. She decided to try a 5-minute plan as an experiment. "I have nothing to lose," she said. By the second week, Clara noticed improvement. After 1 month, she no longer needed a chair in the bathroom. And after 3 months, she walks independently every day. "I am not just walking again," she says. "I feel alive again." Another story is about Don Ernesto, 79 years old, from Mexico City. He always thought that a cane was his constant companion, but he decided to give it a try. He started slowly, doing just 2 squats a day. After 3 months, he confidently walks around the neighborhood without a cane. He climbs stairs slowly on his own. The key was not to miss a single day, he asserts. These changes are not magical. They happen because the body responds. Because even after 70, muscles remember. And if they are given a little challenge every day, they wake up. The main thing is that it is never too late to believe in your legs again. And when you believe in your legs, you believe in yourself. Do not wait until a doctor tells you that you need to move. Do not wait until a fall happens. Start now, because what seems like a small effort today will become the foundation of your freedom tomorrow. Most people give up not due to a lack of strength, pain, or age, but because of a lack of habit. The real secret is not in doing an exercise once, but in daily practice. You do not need boundless willpower. You do not need daily motivation. You need a fixed moment, a signal, an anchor. For example, do your workout right after brushing your teeth, or while you wait for your coffee to boil, or before you put on your shoes. If you associate the exercise with something you already do every day, your body will start to understand. It is time to move, because motivation is unstable. There are days when you have a lot of energy, and days when you do not. But if you make the activity a habit, you will not need extra desire. It will become part of your routine, like eating or getting dressed. Do not underestimate the power of 5 minutes. 5 minutes is a little. So little that you will have no reason to refuse. You do not need to change clothes. You do not need to warm up. You do not need equipment, space, or any permission. That is why this works. Because an hour can be exhausting. An hour can feel like a burden. An hour can seem like a duty. But 5 minutes. 5 minutes belong to you. And you always have them. And if one day you only have the strength for 3 minutes, do at least 3. If you are tired, do part of the exercise. But do something. Because every little step you take today is a step that you will not have to take for you tomorrow. Do not forget to appreciate your small victories. Do not wait for radical changes. If today you got out of bed feeling just a little lighter, that is already a reason to celebrate. If you completed an exercise without assistance, Reward yourself. Even if you just remembered your workouts, consider that a success. There is a saying that is always relevant. You are not doing this to feel younger. You are doing this to gain more freedom. Every day that you are active, you become more independent. You are affirming to your body, I can still do this. You continue to take charge of your life, and that is more important now than any medication. So choose a time of day that works for you. Make it your own. Do not skip more than 2 consecutive days. And when you finish, smile. Because what you are doing truly matters. It is the foundation for a more dignified, stronger, and more conscious old age. You do not need to be 30 years old again. You do not need a perfect abdomen. And you certainly do not need to go to a gym or spend money. The only thing you need is to make a decision. 5 minutes a day, 5 simple exercises, a commitment to yourself. Because the difference between someone who ultimately relies on a cane and someone who continues to walk until they are old is often hidden not in age, but in habit. Today I have shown you that weakness in the legs is not inevitable, that you can regain strength, balance, and confidence without leaving your home, that your legs are your freedom, and that even at 80 years old, the body responds if you give it a chance. Now there is one question left. Will you start today or put it off until tomorrow? If you are ready to try, I would love to hear about your experience in the comments. Write whether you will dare to start, how old you are, and where you are watching this video from. I will be happy to see your messages and know that you are not alone on this journey. And if you want more programs, tips, and tools to stay strong, independent, and full of life, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Here we speak directly, without distractions, with respect and truth. Because aging does not mean giving up. It means fighting for a dignified life until the end. Thank you for staying with me until the end. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.